Hi everyone, it's Louise with louisemckayart and welcome to my channel. I'm working on coasters today as a test palette for a Lazy Susan that I want to make. And I've got some unusual things here. I've got my pillow, which is my strained scrap. So when you see me cleaning up all the time on the Lazy Susan, I'm turning it into scrap paint to reuse as a pillow. So while I'm right here, and I say it's strained, and I look inside there and I see something floating around. So everyone, please stay to the end because I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what I do to sell my creations. And with each upcoming video, I'm going to share a little bit more each time. Yeah, I can't see if I'm getting it or not. So you need to have a little dexterity in this sport. The sport of fluidart. Because sometimes, I swear to God, it is a sport. All right, so that's my pretty gray base. All right, so what I've got here, this is a concoction of a lot of iridescent pearls. Golden's iridescent. I got Prism Pours, Chantilly lace. I got Amsterdam's pearl white. And I've got some other Whitehaven, TLP Whitehaven in there. This here, I've got Amsterdam's pearl lime green. Pearl lime green. It's easy for you to say. Now this is a combination as well. This is TLP's Agapanthus with Artist Loft's Light Violet and also some Golden's Dioxazine Purple. And I was debating about whether to use two bumps of purple, a light bump and a darker bump, but instead I went with 2 bumps of this pinkish color. Now this is Amsterdam's Prussian Rose and Deco Art's Rose Quartz. Really pretty together. And if you've been watching me, you know that I like to play with paints and make different colors out of paints because honestly, I see colors between the colors and I end up wanting to make them. This is Artez's Pearl Rose with TLP's Athena. I loved the Pearl Rose and I wanted to bling it out a little bit with some TLP. And personally, for me, I find that adding a regular paint to the TLPs really helps. This is Artez's Chromium Oxide Green. And, give me a second. A little bit of Golden's black. So yeah, Artez's Chromium Oxide Green primarily. Okay, I think. All right, cell activator. We have our white, titanium white, American Floetrol cell activator. Recipe 141, I'll link it above. White, and then Amsterdam's Oxide Black. So normally as I go through the blowout in my other videos, I usually talk through how I go through the blowout. But I want to just mention here that during the blowout, there are probably 20 factors that are going through my head during the entire blowout because there are so many things that need to be adjusted during your blow based on how your blow is working that day and how the paints are reacting to it. And you may have wondered why I use my lungs and my mouth to blow out versus a little mini dryer, and that's because I feel a little more connected, have a little more control using my own lung power and my own direction and how I'm working the composition here. I guess I just feel a little more connected to what I'm creating by doing it this way. All right. Spread out the pillow, get my sides and edges totally covered here. You want to make sure everything is covered so when you get ready to spin, the paint has a nice place to flow to. And as I mentioned multiple times in other videos, if you don't get the sides actually covered when you're spinning it where it's not covered, you'll see the paint almost wants to, it's like saying, no, I'm not going. I'm not going. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. And it stops. So you have to give your paint a direction sign by saying, this is the way to go, right here. Here's the flow path. Because, you know, things want to have an easy way. Give them away. And I do swear that paint has a mind of its own. You got to work with it and help it so that it can help you. Darn paints. Sometimes they argue. They argue with me and then they argue with each other like a bunch of little kids. Okay. I'm being weird today. All right. I'm going to blow the middle out just a hair and then we'll get going. Actually, I'm not too worried about that. It's all going to come back. All right. Look at that. Look at that bubble. Went right to the bottom of the tile. Okay. Here we go. Spin City. Yeah, I want to try that pillow on a Lazy Susan. And I find, you know, gray works with pinks and purples. Also silver. You kind of get to learn what colors work with each other and how. And so I've got this pillow paint. I've also got a pillow paint that's recycled scraps that's on the blue side that I want to use as well for something with the blue character to it. You know, and I've talked about this before. I used to be a quality manager for many years at Graphic Packaging International, where we made folding cartons and boxes, and I was a quality manager, so I dealt with all the complaints. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. This is pillow, and it's gray, and it's showing up, and it's actually kind of pretty. Yeah, so I fielded the complaints. And you start to look at color really closely. Oh, let me just show you this while I'm at this point. Especially if you're new here. This Multi-Pro and the offshoot of Multi-Pro, this scrap. Okay, I had a phone call come in, so I don't know how far, I don't know what I lost. So what I was going to share to the new people, especially before the phone call came in, is the tackiness of this pillow. So it's not just the Multi-Pro, which is the white pillow that I use, but then this is the offshoot of the pillow. I'm going to talk about it here. What I'm showing here is the stretchiness and the tackiness of the paint until it separates. Okay, so let's just get this off a little bit more. I hope I didn't lose much in the video. See, look at this. Look, see this? Got to be very careful how you clean your paint. I always say pull that paint down and away, otherwise it could snap back into the composition. Always be aware of what your hands are doing, and never put your hands over the top of something, because you don't know if you've got a drip ready to just fall right in. A little bit more. I think one spin will do it. Just gonna let it go, let it go. Let's see how it's going. You kind of learn how to watch this thing as it's spinning and see how things are moving. That's pretty darn good. And I like that little green there. I like that little frame. I've mentioned that before in videos too. But sometimes I like the little frame around the edges. So I think this is done. Oh, it's so pretty. And this is with my recycled paint. That my way of thinking is absolutely perfect to use. So here we go, folks. Here's this one. Number 3. So everyone, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video and can take away some confidence that even your scrap pillow can create some really pretty results. At the end here, I'm going to have a link to my coasters playlist so you can see other color combinations, and I'll also have some samples at the end to see as well. And if you're new here and haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. A comment and a like is also appreciated. I'm also going to throw in here that one of the best advice I was given by one of the stores downtown is to go functional art, because the functional art is a self-sustaining system between coasters, trays, Lazy Susan, clocks, all the functional art I create. I simply take my creations downtown to the stores and they sell them. I have an easy way to keep making things, and I have an outlet for it, and I get a check at the end of the month. Can't be any better than that. So I don't talk about that much, but I will probably talk about that a little more in upcoming videos. But I wanted to share that with you guys because it works. So that's all I have for now, everybody. Take care. Till next time.